chance to ride upon a star. Do whatever it takes to be what you are. 'Cause you're the only one for me. Yeah, you're the only one. Person up on the cloud, I wanna shout out loud that you're the only one for me. Ooh, 'cause you're the only one for me. You're the only one. Yeah, you're the only one. You're the only one. Bursting up on the cloud, I wanna shout out loud that you're the only one for me. I tell you almost every night, and everything is true. The feeling that you're giving me whenever I'm with you, just hold me and I'm in ecstasy. I keep you by my side. That feeling that you're giving me. Oh, I work from 9 to 5. I work from 9 to 5 to make you mine. Give everything I have to make this right. I take my chance to ride upon a star. Do whatever it takes to be where you are. 'Cause you're the only one for me. Yeah, you're the only one. Bursting up on the cloud, I wanna shout out loud that you're the only one for me.
Hear me? Now we're on. Okay, all right. Let's begin again. It's live, it's real. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's easier to change yourself than to change the whole world. And the best way to change the whole world is to change yourself. One person at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. Make you a better you. Check your equipment. My name is Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga practice from home. This is where you do it your way. Nobody's looking. You take care of yourself. You take care of yourself and you do what's right for your body. Don't hurt your body. If something doesn't feel right, if something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it and get through it. We've switched back to our old studio, which is good. It makes me happy to be here. And I hope you like it too. And the dogs are real happy too. Anyway, this is a 1 hour long practice. It is 1 hour long, but if you just stick around for 10 minutes, that's fine too. Totally good, totally your call. Hey, Bonnie, come here, come back here. Come on, I gotta have the dogs with us, right? 1 hour long, flexibility and mobility, that is what we are accentuating today. You can do it, you can do this practice. Just give yourself some grace. It's that time of year. You can do it. Don't think it's too hard for you, because it isn't, because you're going to modify this to make it your way. One of the ways to modify it is to have a chair nearby. So you could have that with you, and I'll go over the other props in just a second. But ease off the pressure, have fun, do what you can. And here's the word to think about, and we always want to do this. It's mindful. Be mindful. Mindfulness. Think about what you're doing. Be attentive. Pay attention to yourself. And we often say, be mindful of when we want to be careful. So be careful of your body and just enjoy. Make it work. That's the big thing. Here are the props. Like I said, maybe a chair. That could come in handy for some of the balancing poses. Yoga blocks. We usually use these all the time. They usually use these all the time. Anyway, yeah, we use them a lot. 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have them, buy them. If you don't have them today, you can use 2 large books. That would work too, if you have those around your house. A little hand towel is great for covering your eyes in final shavasana, as is an eye shade, or you can slip the towel underneath your knees when we do our lunges, if your knees like that extra padding. A little bit of water's good. A strap, you might want to have that handy today too. Those are always great props. Even a belt from your bathrobe would double for your strap. Okay, here's the deal. 1 hour, let's do it. Stick around as long as you can. Stress number, we always lock that into our mind before we come up to do our standing poses. All right, our standing warm-up. The stress number, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, lock it into your head as we come on up to a standing position. All right, scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, where are you? Where are you? All right, come on up to standing. Let's do our little warm-up. Hands on your hips, feet a little wider than hip-width distance apart. Just strike a pose of confidence because it feels good and you deserve it. Hands on your hips, elbows back, chest lifted. Breathe. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. Let it go. Start to rise up onto the balls of your feet. Lift and lower. Lower and lift. So strengthen your calves, strengthen your ankles. We're going to do toes pose in a little bit like we always do, and ankle pose too. That will help strengthen your feet, your ankles. But let's wake them up here. Lift and lower, keeping your chest lifted. Think of length in your side body. Lift, lower, heels behind your toes. And once or twice, come down onto the heels and give your toes a lift and give them a wiggle. Lift and lower, maybe with your balance a little bit. Stay up on the balls of your feet for a second or two and then come on back down. Just play with it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. First opportunity to use that chair if you want. You could have your hands on it for a little added balance. Breathe. When you're ready, come on down, plant your feet, wiggle your toes one more time. Hips come in a little bit more, feet come in a little bit more. Arms lift to your extended mountain pose. Arms are lifted, chest is lifted, gaze is lifted too. Take a big breath in, and a big sighing breath out to allow your shoulders to relax. Interlace your fingers, palms go up to the sky. Start to do your palm tree pose. Sway a little bit from side to side. Bending the elbows is fine. You know what? Today, if you've been practicing with me online, we started this online because we couldn't do live classes. We started this practice at the beginning of COVID. So this, if you've been sticking with it since the beginning, this is day 1001 that we've been doing yoga online together. Pretty incredible, huh? So positive things come out of negative. So rise out of the ashes. All right, how are your side bends coming in your palm tree? Finish up, come back to center, take a big breath in. And And a big breath out. Let your arms float down. Take a baby back bend. Put your hands on your low back, fingers pointing down, elbows squeeze to the back of your room, and then send your chest up to the sky as your hips come forward. Look up above you. Take it as far as feels right. Exhale, hinge forward. Little bend in your knees. Gaze is down towards your toes. Maybe your ankles are up towards your knees. Arms are hanging heavy. Just wiggle your knees. No rush, no hurry. Wherever you are is just perfect. Believe that. It's important. Crown of your head more toward the earth. Gaze back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. I don't know where your hands are, and it doesn't matter. You're just stretching out and decompressing your spine. Shake your neck a little bit. Let it go. Finish up, still your knees, stack your vertebra, one vertebra at a time on top of each other, kind of like Legos, right? Chin to your chest, bring your chin away from your chest, absolutely last. When you're ready, let's do some arm circles. They can be nice and big or a little bit smaller. You do what works for you. Nice big arm circles like you're drawing on the sides of your walls. Add in the knees. When the hands come down, let the knees come down and bend. Arms go up, knees straighten. Breathe. Bend your knees. Remember to breathe in through the nose. And a big sighing, audible breath out through your mouth. Take your arm circles in the other direction. And I don't know how big your arm circles are. It's okay, however big they are. You're just getting some motion going in the arms, in the knees. Breathe. Let's finish up. Come on up to standing. Don't you feel better already? Root into your feet. Big coat swing. Start to sway from left to right. Twist in the waist. Look over your shoulder, then the other. Big breath in and big breath out. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Big breaths in. Big sighing breaths out. Let the tension go. Into the nose. Out through the mouth, audibly. Letting it all go. Arms are heavy. Tapping your hip. Tapping your backside. Taking that nice controlled deep twist. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. It's time for ragdoll pose. Hinge forward. You've done this before. Lean over. Fold your body in half like a paper clip. Toe heel your feet a little further apart so they're underneath your hips. Hands, elbows bend. Hands come to opposite elbow creases. Little bend in your knees. Might feel just right. Look back to your knees as the crown of your head hangs heavy. Tailbone up toward the sky. Decompress in your low back. Start to sway gently from side to side. One elbow back, then the other. How does the bend in your knees feel? Maybe you'd rather straighten them? Or put that bend in them, it's okay. Whatever feels good is just right. Let's finish up. Come back to stillness at the midline of your body. Gaze back towards your navel as best you can. Wiggle your toes or release your fingers to your mat and then wiggle your toes if you like that added little security of the fingers on the ground. When you're ready, release your arms, release your hands to your mat, bend your knees and come on down. Let's do child's pose. All right, for your child's pose, big toes can be together. Knees can be together, hips back to your heels. Here's an opportunity to use your block. You can bring your block to your mat and bring your forehead, your chest down onto it. Arms reaching long to the back of your room, palms face up. Really think of pulling those shoulders away from your ears as your fingers reach to the bottom of the mat. You don't have to use the block. You could bring your head all the way down to the mat. Another option is your extended child's pose. For that, you spread your knees to the edges of your mat, sink your hips back towards your heels. You can use the block under your forehead or not, but this time you're going to reach your arms along to the top of your mat and sink your head on down to your block or your mat. Big breath in and big breath out. Maybe with your hands, if they're extended, imagine really trying to pull like taffy, pull the mat apart, making it longer. Press your hands into the mat. Breathe. In either pose, you're lengthening your spine. Nice stretch in your quads and your knees and your ankles. Big breath in, big breath out. Sigh it out, let the tension go. Engage what's called Ujjayi Pranayama breath if you like that. To do that, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. This allows you to be mindful of your breath and just appreciate the life force within, your energy, your oxygen, your breathing. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Just breathe and stretch it out. Child's pose, come back to it anytime you like, or give yourself permission to stay here if it's working its magic in you. I'm going to come out of it now, sliding my hands underneath my shoulders, bringing my knees underneath my hips, and I'm in a neutral tabletop. In this neutral tabletop, press into your hands, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Let's do cat-cow. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, and arch your back up to the sky like a Halloween cat. And remember, press the tops of your feet into the mat and your hands into the mat too. Inhale, complementary pose is cow. Tailbone lifts and crown of the head lifts. Marry your breath to the pose. Cat, you're exhaling. Cow, you're inhaling. Breathe and let it feel good. A couple more cat-cows your way. And then let's finish up in our cat-cow. Wiggle your bottom a little bit, hips from side to side. Let's go into a toes pose. Tuck your toes towards your shins, drawing your feet into a dorsiflexion. Come on back to sit onto your heels. Sit on your heels, and if you like, you could take a block and put it behind your heels. Toes pose. In today's toes pose, let's go back to ragdoll arms. If you like, you could always keep your hands on your thighs. If this becomes painful, come out of it. Hinge forward, take the weight out of your toes, but stretch them out if you can. For ragdoll arms, bring my arms behind my back, reaching hands toward opposite elbows. Chest is lifted, shoulders are back over the hips, eyes are closed if you like, and just get back in to your breath. Get into what you feel. So what's going on? Pretty intense in the toes, isn't it? If it is painful, come out. If it's just uncomfortable, hang with it. Big breath in, shoulder softening, breath out. Strengthen your feet, your foundation. Gotta have a strong foundation to be strong. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's come out of our toes pose now and go into an ankle flow. All right, hands come out from behind your back if you did that. Remove the block if you used it. Tops of your feet in a plantar flexion now are on your mat. You can use both blocks to help with the balance and bringing the ground up to you. You are now on the tops of your feet. Use the blocks if you like, press into them and lean back. Come on to balance on the top of your feet. Knees are lifted. Blocks, they bring the ground up to you so you can push into them. And for a moment or two, for a few breaths, just play with this and the nice feeling you're getting in your ankles. And if it is painful, come out. You know that. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it and hang with it. Little balancing if you want. Take your blocks away, hands to prayer center, and balance here. You could also have your hands down on your mat if you like, but just feel what you feel in your ankles. Do try to practice a little bit every day so your body gets that full range of motion going. You'll be better for it. And let this time on your mat just be your kind of your sacred little time. Finish up. Come out of your ankle pose. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up, squeeze and scrunch your toes, circle your ankles, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Let it go. Let's do thread the needle now. All right. Starting position, neutral tabletop. Send your right arm up to the sky. Sweep it on up and look on up. Exhale. This is the thread the needle part. I guess your right arm is the thread, left arm is the needle. Thread the right arm under the left, bringing the right shoulder down to either your block or to your mat. Adjust your knees, because everybody's height is different. Adjust them back, forward, whatever. Let the left arm slide to the top of the mat and come down to your right cheek, right shoulder onto your block or to your mat. Adjust your hips, make it comfortable. Left arm reaches long to the top of the mat. Breathe. Left arm can continue to reach to the top of the mat, or you can lift it up, up, up to the sky. You can bend the left arm, bringing the back of the left hand down by the right hip. Breathe. Send the left arm high up to the sky again. Send the left arm long to the top of your mat. Unthread your needle, sliding the right arm back, and up, up, up to the sky. Look up, up, up to your right hand. You have more mobility there. Yes, you do. Happens fast, doesn't it? Come on down. Neutral tabletop. We have another side to do. Let's do the left side. All right, I was going to turn, but I'm going to stay this way. Lift your left arm up, up, up to the sky and look up. How high can you look? Let's slide the left arm, slip it underneath the right. Palm of the left hand is face up. Right arm goes long to the top of your mat, and you come down to your left cheek. So your arms are kind of in an L shape. Right fingers reach to the top of the mat, left fingers reach to the side of your mat. You're down on your shoulder, you're down on your cheek, and you can be on the mat or on the block. Right arm lifted up to the sky. Maybe right arm you bend it and bring the back of the right hand to the left hip. Think of the right shoulder going higher to the sky. Bring the right arm back up, up, up to the sky. Send the right arm long on your mat again, reaching to the top of it. Unthread the needle, sliding the right hand back to underneath the right shoulder. Left arm comes out, goes up, and you twist and look up to your left hand. Exhale, come on down, neutral tabletop. Let's take a cat-cow cycle. How does it feel? And just enjoy. Shoulders feel good, lots of mobility there. Cat pose and cow pose. Finish up. All right, we're going to go right into a plank. Okay, we're doing it a little bit early, but we're going to do it a little differently today. But you do the plank that feels best for you. Take the variation you like. We set a timer for 1 minute. You don't have to do it for a minute. You're going to do it a little differently today. You don't have to do it for a minute. You do it as long as it's right for you. Just make progress. It doesn't matter how long you do it. It matters that you're just making progress. Okay, here's the deal. Remember, if you're new to planks, you can come from your neutral tabletop. You can slip down to your forearms, sending your legs, your knees back. You can stay on your knees, totally fine. You can stay in this variation. Another possible pose would be to keep your arms straight. If you don't want to come down to your forearms, just spread your knees a little further apart and hinge your weight forward. Hold it here. You decide how it feels for you. I'm going to take a high plank. I'm going to take a high plank. If you want to join me, what we're going to do is we're going to have our shoulders over our wrists for stability. Our legs will be long and our feet will be hip-width distance apart. Going to set a 1 minute timer. You do it as long as is right for you. Shall we begin with the 1 minute timer now? All right, here's our 1 minute. All right, so press into your hands. Your shoulders are over your wrists. Your legs are long. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Push into the earth. Don't give up. You've got this. If you want to come out of it anytime, you're already 10 seconds in. You've done 10 seconds. Come out of it anytime that works for you. All right. Take a breath or two and then come back to it. Just try. We're already 20 seconds in. Hello to Stan, to Lynn, to Esther, to Tammy, to Liz, to Barbara, to Marietta, to Kelly, to Rena, to Tim, to Margaret, to Steve, to Scott. Hi, how are you? All right, we are 30 seconds in. Stay here. You've got it. Remember, you can take your breaks by slipping down to your knees or going up into a downward facing dog. Hold on, you got it. 20 seconds left to go. All right, when this minute is up, we're going to take it a little bit longer, but you decide how long you want to stick with it. 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. You've got this. Breathe. Push into the earth. Breathe. Refreshing, reinvigorating, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't drop to your knees. 1. Let's go back to a down dog. Take the break here. Breathe. This is a resting pose, right? Maybe you're taking it with me, maybe not. It's all up to you. Hinge forward. Let's go back to a plank. Just a little bit longer. 1 minute is excellent. A little bit longer is excellent too. You've got strong arms. Stay here. Hold on. You just re-energized. Come on, you can do it. Let's go back to that downward facing dog. Press your hips high. Shake your neck. You've got it. Heels slightly lifted. Pedal your heels. Let them reach toward the earth while still pressing hard into your hands. You've got it. Still your heels. Tailbone high to the sky in your downward facing dog. Let's plank again. Come back. Shoulders over your wrists. Hold on. You've got it. Stay strong. Every day, something a little different, right? You gotta do it. You gotta stick with it. Push into the earth. Don't give up. Come on. You can do it. It's fun. It's all fun, right? Whew. Hold on. One more down dog. Go back up. Hips high to the sky. Breathe. Whew. Take a break. Breathe. Enjoy it. One more time. Hinge forward. High plank. You can do it. When you're ready, let's come down to our knees. All right, there you go. Shook it up, a little different, a little longer. Time yourself if you want. Don't time yourself at all. Just have fun with it. I'm gonna grab a drink and we'll do some other core stuff. All right. Hi, Connell. Hi, Priya. Hi, Roger. Hi, Andy. Hi, Yvette. Glad you're here. All right, let's go. Let's do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. And maybe have your strap by your shoulders if you want to use that for boat. Okay, here we go. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. How does that feel? Maybe you stay right here. Kind of feels good. Stretch in the adductor muscles inside your thighs. Knees kind of come toward the earth. Hands together in prayer. Take a deep breath in. Don't you feel invigorated like a peppermint patty, right? Breathe. Come on back. Come on back. All the way down onto your back. Heels, hike them up closer to your groin if that feels okay. Hands, bring them toward your temples with your elbows bent. Fingers lightly at your temples or lightly behind your ears. Take a deep breath in, elbows open wide, knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. When you're ready, take a big inhale. And as you exhale out your mouth, lift on up, chin up to the sky, open up, feel that tight core in your low belly. Come on down. Inhale up, exhale down. No, other way around. Exhale up to hollow out your belly. Inhale down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Little teeny sit-ups. Let's finish with these. Come on down. It's time to do bicycle. Lots of variations. Maybe you like having the shoulders down. Bring the knees together at the midline of your body. Lift your knees up so the knees are over the hips. Draw your toes towards your shins. You can ride a recumbent bicycle here. Maybe hands on your hips, or maybe you keep them at your temples. You decide. You can stay down. Spine is down. Let it feel good as you work your strong core and those hip flexors in with your recumbent bike. An option, peel your shoulders on up and keep the soles of the feet down. Fingers tips to the temples. Work a knee, work an elbow toward an opposite knee. A little twists. Add them all together for your yoga bicycle pose. Opposite elbow toward opposite knee. And repeat while the other leg extends. Another little variation. Scissor kick your legs. Straighten them out and scissor kick them. Work them up. Work them down. Whew. And then let's finish. Legs go long. Stretch it out in a stick pose. What is stick pose? You look like a long stick, a big number one, a big letter I. Palms touch. Fingers reach to the top of the mat. Toes point to the bottom of the mat. Stretch it out. Breathe. Time for boat pose. Today's variation of boat. It's up to you. Maybe use your strap with the center of the strap under your feet if you like that. I'm gonna push up to my forearms. I'm gonna have my elbows under my shoulders, hands down on the mat. I'm gonna bend my legs and I'm gonna draw the knees toward my chest. Then I'm gonna send my legs long and hold them out here. You could do one leg at a time or both legs, draw them in and send them out. Chest is lifted, press into your forearms, you got it. Breathe. Tomorrow, we'll do another type of bicycle or another type of boat pose. We'll do a classic boat. Tomorrow's practice is a vinyasa practice. You can do all my practices, I promise you can, because you modify them, that's the key. Remember, draw the knees in, extend the legs. Just come to your mat and do what is right for you every day. All right, how are you doing in this boat pose? Let's bring our feet down, pop on up, press into your hands, keep your arms nice and straight. Bend your knees, lift your legs up, and hold them here. Maybe extend them and rock on back a little bit, using the leverage in your arms to come on back like you're in a recliner. Hold, chest is lifted, breathe, and finish. Legs come down. Let's do a lunge with a little different type of twist today. Come on up to standing on your knees. Whew. After boat pose, it feels good to stretch your hip flexors. Let's do that. All right, 2 blocks are by your side. Come on up to standing on your knees. Low lunge, the way we oftentimes do it. Right foot comes forward. If you want to put your towel under your left knee for a little extra padding, that might feel good. Right knee over right ankle. Blocks by your side. Send your left leg long on your mat, nice and long and straight, top of the left foot on your mat. Press into your blocks. You should feel a real intense stretch in your left hip flexor. Crown of your head. Maybe it's reaching toward the front diagonal of your room. Press into your blocks. Maybe you come up even higher, shoulders over your hips. Maybe that feels all right. You can keep your hands here for balance, or lift your arms up to the sky and take a little back bend. Hands back to a prayer center position. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now let's surf it out. Hands back to the blocks if you like. Straighten the right leg and send your hips back to your left heel. And rebend the right knee. You can bend the knee as much as you want forward. And then bring it on back. You can use the blocks and walk them back with you. And then walk them forward. You don't have to use the blocks at all. Maybe you say, today I'm going to remove them. I'm going to throw them across the room. Hands to prayer center. Surf it out without the blocks. Bottom doesn't have to come back to your heel. You take it as far as feels right. All right, let's come back up to the starting position. Let's scoot the left knee up a little closer to the body. Right knee over right ankle. Tuck your back left toes under in a dorsiflexion. Arms lift up to the sky. And think of somebody pulling your fingers up as you come up to a high lunge. The back knee is hovering above the earth. Breathe here, hold here for a breath or two. Lengthen up through your fingers and settle in and breathe. You got it, you're strong, find your balance. Finish, hands to prayer center, come down to the back left knee. Let's do our surfing on the other side. Right knee meets left. Left knee comes forward, knee over ankle. Right leg goes long on your mat. You can put that towel under there if you want. Send the right leg long. Reintroduce your practicing partner here, the blocks. Right leg goes long. Press into your blocks. Adjust. Feel right. I don't know, maybe you need to scoot this a little further forward or scoot this a little bit back. You find what feels right. Nice big stretch in the right hip flexors, what we're after. Maybe those blocks, thank goodness for them. You're staying right here. You don't have to move at all. I'm gonna bring my fingertips to the block, shoulders more over my hips, and breathe here. Perhaps sweep your arms up, reach up high, like you do in an extended mountain. Maybe take a little back bend. Hands back to a prayer center position. Maybe you hang out here for some breaths. Maybe it's time to go surfing. Hands to the blocks. Straighten the left leg, right hip goes back toward your right heel. surf it out. Left knee comes forward of the ankle, back and forth movements. Feel pretty good. Maybe you walk with the blocks all the way back. Your knee will thank you, I hope. If it doesn't feel right, if it is painful, don't do it. Maybe you decide, all right, I'm going to keep at this. I hope you decide that. And you say, I'm going to bring a towel next time, and I'm going to put the towel under my knees and keep it there. Make your practice unique to you, because your body sure is unique. Make it work, whatever works. I'm going to surf it out a couple times without the blocks, challenging my balance, making me focus on the here and now, being mindful of this moment and nothing else. All right, how was that? Let's come back to the starting position. Shoulders over hips, left knee over left ankle. Scoot the right knee up a little bit more. Arms lift, back right toes, tuck under. And imagine somebody lifting you on up and holding here in your high lunge. Breathe. You're strong. You got it. Don't give in. Don't give up. You can do it. Stay here and do it. You got it. Breathe. Breathe. You're strong. Keep that back knee hovering above the earth. Lengthen through your fingertips. Stay strong. Hands to prayer center. Right foot meets left. You come up to standing. When you're ready, hinge forward. Hinge forward, fingers toward the earth. Gaze back towards your knees. Little bend in the knees. Give them a wiggle. Whew. When you're ready, let's sweep our arms up. Come up to standing. Sweep them on up. Come up to standing. Extended mountain arms. Lengthen up here. Let's do some standing poses. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You will look taller with this pose. You will look taller. First letter of each word. Bring your body into a letter Y. Arms open wide. Legs zipped up. Chest is open because you're sending your elbows, the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Chest is lifted. Big letter Y for the word you. Strengthening the upper spine. Breathe. When you're ready, bend your elbows, driving them down toward the earth, creating a W shape in your arms. Keep the backs of the hands pressed to the back of the wall. Breathe as your chest lifts up toward the sky for the word will. Now the letter L, forward and back. 2 L's in your arms. Hug your elbows in. Forearms parallel to the earth. Squeeze your entire mid through upper back towards your spine. Here's the word look. And now tee out your arms, tee them out, and then pulse your hands to the back of the room. There's the word taller. Breathe. Your spine loves you for this. Let's do it again. You will look. T for taller, pulse it out 3 times. Let's go. Last time. You will love looking. T for taller and terrific and strong and with good posture. Release your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. Feel the strength in your posture. Feel the strength in having this nice straight back. Good, straight, solid posture. Arms down by your sides. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. That's probably one of my favorite poses. Do it throughout your day. Why not, right? Just do it. Let it feel good. Let's do another standing balancing pose called tree. You take it your way, however you like. Chair could be here. Nice way to use it. Weight into the left leg. Open up the right knee to the side of the room. So maybe kind of like a ballet foot or a ball of the foot like a Barbie doll, placing the heel of the right foot inside the heel of the left. Totally fine to kickstand it here and hang out here. I'm going to slip the right foot up higher onto my standing foundational left leg. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. What I always say, don't put the foot on the knee. Knees aren't meant to bend sideways. That's self-correcting. You put it there, it doesn't feel right. All right, relax in the hips. Back right knee or outside of the right knee to the back of the room. Hips equal distant to the front of your room. You can use a chair, hands to prayer, or grow your branches up to the air. Breathe. Sway your branches, either voluntarily or involuntarily. Catch your balance. It's good to catch it, right? Breathe. Maybe you're pushing the backs of your hands to the back of the room like you did in your You Will Look Taller pose. Find your balance. Finish up, hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Have that foot meet the other foot on the mat. Take a deep breath in, recharge, rebalance, and do it again. Right foot is now your foundation. Weight out of the left. Take the pose that feels right for you and hold it here. No rush, no hurry. Push the foot into the leg into the foot. Hands to prayer center in gratitude. Look on up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Soft shoulders lengthen through the crown of your head. Nice strong tree. Maybe grow your branches and sway them. Breathe. Maybe take a long blink. Woo, see how that feels. As you're ready, hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right on your mat. That's your tree pose. Let's do a one-legged mountain. This is really going to challenge your balance. We're going to go from a one-legged mountain to warrior three, all right? So you can have your chair in front of you right here. You can aim your arms for it. All right, so for our warrior three, what we're going to do, take a big step out with your right foot. Hands can be on your hips. Hinge the weight forward into the right leg. Right knee, put a little give in it. Don't lock it out. Left leg maybe lifts a little bit off the mat, and you balance here. Try to bring your torso more parallel to the earth. Left leg, let it lift a little bit higher, higher, higher. Maybe left leg to about hip height. Dial your left hip down. Maybe your arms. Reach for your chair or just reach forward. Hold it here. Balance here in your capital letter T shape. Now sweep your arms back, palms face down. Think like you're an airplane, fingers spread wide, reaching towards the bottom corners of your mat. Finish up, hands to prayer center. Left foot meets right on your mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now let's do that one-legged mountain. Right leg lifts, thigh at parallel to the earth, knee at about hip height. Arms lift high to the sky, hold it. Lift and reach through your fingers. Breathe, breathe. Breathe, focus, look forward, breathe, breathe, hold. You got it, you're strong, you can do this, yes you can. Hands to prayer center, foot comes down, you got it. All right, let's do our warrior three on the other side. All right, when you're ready, left foot steps big, far forward, big, far forward. Hands to your hips, breathe here. Maybe this is where you decide to stay. Hinge the weight a little more into your left leg, like when you're doing a plank, when you hinge your weight into your arms. When you're ready, lift the back leg. Maybe right here is enough of a balance challenge. If that's what you're doing today, good for you. At least you're not sitting on your sofa eating donuts saying, oh, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. You're doing it. Maybe lift a little bit higher, higher, higher. Right hip and left hip are equal distant to your mat. You're looking down toward your mat. Maybe reach your arms for your chair or reach them long to the top of your mat. Little bend in the right, left knee. Sweep your arms back, palms face down, fingers spread wide like a big airplane, shoulders away from your ears. You got it. Don't give up now. Hands to prayer center. Hold it here. Right leg meets left. Come on up to standing. Take a deep breath in. No rest for the weary. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Lift your left knee, thigh is parallel to the earth, knee at about hip height. Lengthen up through your hips. Lengthen up through that long spine of yours. Lengthen up through the fingers and the crown of your head. Hold it here. Find your balance. You got it. Mindfulness of the moment. Mind can't go anywhere else. You got to stay right here to keep your balance. Hold on. Foot is strong. You got it. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Left foot meets right on your mat. How did you like doing one-legged mountain after the more challenging warrior three pose? Sometimes, if you do the more difficult thing first, the other thing seems super, super easy. So, all right, let's go into a chair pose and drinking bird. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees. Bend your knees nice and low. Send the weight more into your heels. Give your toes a wiggle. Your gaze is forward, nowhere else. Forward, look forward. Look forward to good things to come. Plant your feet. Now pop up onto the balls of your feet. Sink your hips a little lower, shoulders back a little bit more. Hold right here. You know, you could always have your chair here. Totally fine. Don't sweat it. Breathe. For your drinking bird. Let's interlace our fingers behind our low back. Send your arms, your interlaced fingers up the back wall. Look down to your toes. Breathe. Stay up on the balls of your feet if you can. Release your arms back to a prayer center position. Stay high on the balls of your feet. Bring your shoulders up more over your hips and hold. Hold it right here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Sink a little lower and hold. When you're ready, plant your heels on your mat. Fold forward, look back to your knees. Bend one knee then the other, give them a wiggle. Have a little mercy on your knees. Don't need to lock them out. When you're ready, hands come forward, knees bend, come on down to your mat. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. We're gonna come into a seated forward fold and then a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your blocks nearby. Where's my water? Here's my water. All right, so you did a lot of balancing today, but you know, I had the intention of the month of November doing a lot of balancing. But as you know, I was balancing things in my own life with the move and all that stuff. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it in December. Every day, we're going to work on the strong core and better balance. All right, legs are long, toes up toward the sky. Take your block and place one block underneath your feet. So place it here and as if you were like you were standing on the block, if you were standing. All right, lengthen up through your arms. Extended mountain arms, we've done this a lot today. Lengthen and strengthen your strong spine. Exhale, reach forward. Reach, reach, reach like you're handing someone a Christmas gift. Now, reach for what you can reach. Maybe it's your calves, maybe it's your thighs. It's all good. Try to hollow out your belly and let your body kind of fold in half. Maybe you can capture your ankles, maybe your feet, maybe this block is a little something to shoot for. Hold on to the block. Little bend in your knees is fine. Maybe this is where you wish you had that half-size block. Gaze down towards your knees. Nice big stretch. Nice space in your low back. You can do this. Little bend in the knees. Give them some mercy. Bend, fold. You got it. Stretch. Don't stress over it. Stretch it out. All right, come on up. Shoulders over your hips. Wide-legged forward fold. Legs go wide. Blocks between your legs. If you want to use them, just as a little measurement criteria to see, or a little measurement tool, to see how far you can come. Place your blocks at whatever height you like and rest your forehead on your block. Let it measure, you know, like the 1 minute plank thing, how we time it. Let it measure and see how you're doing. And if you don't want to do it, you don't want to think about it, just come into the pose however feels right for you. Disregard the blocks. Maybe reach your arms forward. With each inhale, lengthen up. With each exhale, bring your torso closer to the earth. Finish up, shoulders over your hips. I always think that pose feels really, really good. We'll do that for a long time on Thursday in our restorative practice. Now it's time to strengthen our spine even further. We warmed it up with You Will Look Taller. Let's come down to our bellies to do Cobra pose. All right, so on your belly, that feels nice. With your Cobra pose, bring your hands, fingers spread wide under your collarbones. Your nose is down toward your mat. Elbows are hugged in, kind of by your armpits. Zip up your legs so your big toes are touching, pressing the tops of your feet into your mat. Exhale the air out of your lungs. And on an inhale, rise on up through the chest. Try to press the tops of your feet into your mat. More easily said than done. Don't let them purposely drift up. Try to press them into the mat. Hands, press into your hands. Elbows hugged in by your sides. Gaze down your nose. Lift as high as feels right for you. Keeping the elbows hugged in, feeling the compression in your low back. Come on down. Exhale it all out. This time, let's do it again. On your inhale, press on into your fingertips. This time, gaze down your nose. Probably can't get much higher. Probably can't get any higher. Breathe. Come on down, all the way down. This time, no hands at all. Weight out of your hands. Gaze down. Your nose lift a little bit. And then finish. Come on down. Hands come down. When you're ready, sigh it out. Let it go. Inhale. Straighten the arms. Press on up to what's called a seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Spread your cheeks so your hips are open and wide to the side. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Press on up to standing on your knees. Take a block and place it between your ankles. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be high height, low height, whatever height works for you. Tomorrow we'll do a full camel. All right, so press into your blocks. Today let's do a twisted camel. All right, so twist your body to the left, torso to the left. Take your left hand, reach for your heel, or maybe you're reaching for that block. Right arm goes high to the sky, twist. Look up to your right hand, maybe look to the room in front of you, just twist. Take a big twist. Look up to the right hand, now look down toward your left heel. How is that? Come on back up, sweep both arms up to the sky, take a little baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky, right arm comes down, maybe it reaches for the block. You twist your torso to the right, left arm reaches high. Maybe the right arm reaches for the right heel. Twist, look up to your left hand, look down to your right, look up to your left, look down to your right. You got it. Sweep the right arm up, both arms go high to the sky. Take a little baby back bend, hands back to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. How did you do? Hopefully that was kind of sort of fun. All right, reclined pigeon. Good for your hips. Come on down to your mat. Bring your eye shade or your little towel up by your shoulders so we can finish out with that. So you come down to fully reclined on your mat for your reclined pigeon pose. Bend your left knee, bring your right leg up, bring the outside of your right ankle onto the top of your left thigh. So the idea here, your legs look like a number 4. Now the secret is in your left leg. Press on up to the ball of your foot there. The outside of the right knee, drive it to the front of your room. You can be on the ball of your left foot. You can lift your left leg up. That's a big one. Drawing the left knee toward your chest, pulling this right leg in. The outside of the right knee, you're sending it to the bottom of your mat. Here's where you can use your hands, or if your arms are short like mine, you might want to use the little towel. You can take the towel behind your hamstring of the left leg and hug it in. You could also interlace your fingers behind your hamstring and hug it in. This is intense. Your arms are strong. You did lots of planking. Your arms are strong. They're pulling your left knee in. Remember to send your outside of your right knee toward the bottom of your mat. You're getting a nice big stretch in your glutes and your hips here, aren't you? All right. The towel or your interlaced fingers can now come underneath the right knee. Breathe. Breathe. Draw your right toes closer to your right shin. Rehug the left knee in. Resend the outside of that right knee to the bottom of your mat. Nice tight engagement of your glutes. Now, the right foot, the one on top, move the entire foot of the right leg more about 4 inches to the left side of your room. Feel the intensity shift in those muscles in your glutes, specifically your piriformis, a teeny little muscle that's really hard to get at. Finish. Left foot comes down, right foot comes down. We have another side to do. Lift your left leg up, cross the left leg into that figure 4 shape onto the right leg. So outside of the left ankle is on the right thigh. Maybe push the inner left thigh open and stay right here. Nothing wrong with this. Maybe this is what your body wants today. I just will tell you different layers. You take the layers, and if it isn't right, peel it back to the previous layer. I'm going to pop on up to the ball of the foot on my right foot. Opening up through the left thigh and hanging out here. Another option, next layer, lift the right leg up and draw the knee toward the chest. Outside of the left knee is still trying to get to the bottom of that mat. Hands interlaced, behind the right hamstring. Shoulders relaxed, hugging the knee. In, driving the left knee out, out, out. Breathe. Stay here if you like. Another layer, interlaced fingers beneath the right knee. Hugging the knee in, driving the left knee out. Breathe. Last little refinement, if you want to take it. Hug it in nice and tightly with the right knee. Drive the outside of the left knee to the bottom of the mat. The left toes, the ones on top, draw the toes toward the shin. This left foot, nice and straight and solid, is going to go about 4 inches to the right. When you're ready, send it and feel what you feel in your backside. You are in control, and you really do feel it when you're mindful, right? Be mindful of your body. Be careful of your body. Pay attention to your body and enjoy the yoga. Plant the left foot, plant the right foot, plant the right foot, plant the left foot. Bridge pose. Hips go high, arms down by your sides. Breathe. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. It's nice to say, think of creating a little shelf for your heart. Then you really kind of can picture it. Hips go high, arms by your side. Press into your mat. Soften in your glutes and then roll your spine down 1 vertebra at a time, keeping your tailbone tucked to your navel, or your navel tucked to your spine, so your tailbone is lifted. And then release it all the way down. All right, there you go. You did it. Let's do happy baby pose to finish up. Left knee to left armpit, right knee to right armpit. Hands are hugging underneath the knees. Rock a little bit from side to side. Remember when we did that wide-legged forward fold? Remember when we did those deep knee bends and chair pose? You'll be glad you did it because it'll make your happy baby easier. All right, rest your tailbone on your mat. Slip your hands inside your calves. Maybe hold on to your inner ankles or your calves, or maybe even reach for your heels. Draw your toes towards your shins. Send one leg up to the sky, then the other. Alternate. Bend a knee. Stretch out the other one. Breathe. And if you're not holding onto your heels, that's okay. Maybe you're holding onto your calves. It's all good. It's all good. Send your heels high up to the sky. Remember when we did the wide-legged forward fold? Do it again here in a different plane. Think of your pinky toes going far, far, far to the edges of your mat. Open up your legs in a big letter V. And then let's finish. Release your hands. Knees meet back at the midline of your body. Bend your knees. Come on down with the feet. Send your legs long onto your mat. Stretch it out in your stick pose. Remember this one. Palms touch, thumbs cross, fingers reach high to the top of the mat. Toes point to the bottom of your mat. Breathe, stretch it out. Feel this in your hips. In fact, wiggle your hips a little bit. So your toes, one foot reaches to the bottom of the mat, then the other. Just wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Let it all go. Now bring your arms down by your sides. Arms down by your sides. Time for your final shavasana pose. And you take it any way you like. One day last week we did it lying on our side. And I posted an article about a side lying shavasana pose in our private group on Facebook, Friends of 316 Yoga. Check it out. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Maybe your eyes are covered with your towel or your eye shade. Feet, legs are spread a little bit. Nothing specific and hard about this pose. Just create space in your body. Almost be detached from your body. Let your body be heavy. This is also called corpse pose. So just detach from your body. Just let it be. Let it just do its thing without your thinking about holding on to tension. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Soften the area between your eyebrows because you got tension still there. Let it go. Shoulders are on the mat, away from your ears, and heavy. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep the thoughts at bay just a little bit longer as you just focus on the simplicity and the clarity of your breath. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just breathe. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. If you can stay longer in your practice, enjoy the time. If it's time for you to move on with your day, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move the motion up into your hands and your feet, and then into your wrists and your ankles, where we started in those ankles, our foundation. Inhale, reach high overhead and stretch it out. Find space in your body. Exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms, bicep is a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder. Rest your head heavily and breathe. To stay here longer, just enjoy this. I'm going to press on up to a comfortable seated position. You come to whatever is comfortable for you in your legs. Maybe you're still in your final shavasana. It's all good. Bring your hands to a prayer center position. Shoulders over your hips. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Even find space in your neck. Really feel it by softening in the shoulders. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. An hour goes by fast when you really get into it, when you get into the present moment. Not worried about the past, not thinking about the future. Be in the present moment. So important. The rest of your day will go so much better. Carve out that little bit of time just for you. Come to your mat. Let it be a sacred place for you. Your health, those you love, everybody will be so much better for it if you do your yoga. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, send us a like, send us, give us a message, whatever. Subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, I love you guys. Join our group. It's a private group on Facebook called Friends of 316 Yoga. I'll post lots of little fun tips and challenges for you. So you can make the world a better place. It's hard to change the world, but you can make the world a better place, one person at a time, one day at a time, just by doing something as simple as encouraging someone. So go on today and encourage somebody. Show your love. See you guys on your mat tomorrow. Goodbye. Stress number, right? A lot lower. Life is good. All right, see you later. Bye. Hi, Piper. How are you? You're a good girl. Hello, Bonnie. Life is good. We are all here. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Life is good. Bye. You did it. Another day of yoga in the books, and I bet you feel really, really good. And I am glad that you are here. And it's beginning to look a lot like you're getting more and more fit. Stick with it, even during this holiday busy time. Enjoy your yoga. I am glad that you are here. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. All they got to do is check us out on Facebook or YouTube. Have them join us. They'll be better off for it. If you would like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow.